Hello YouTube. Today's video is not going to be about either role-playing games or beer, so it's going to be about something else. I just got back from the woods about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and I had this with me, and I did some sort of heavier cutting, chopping things. To try and test this out a bit, and so I thought, what the hell. As you probably know, this K-Bar zombie killer Pestilence chopper thing, you may have seen the unboxing I did earlier back in February, I think it was, just the beginning of February. So yeah, got this, and I've been getting some use out of it, so I thought I'd give you my impressions of it. As you can see, I've done some modifications, if you can call them that. I've done this sort of lineage thing with just that green gecko paracord and two skulls and this silver bead thing. Just to show you the whole thing. I don't know how I would pick up during the putting a lot of use on this. I don't know if it shows up, but the coating shows a bit of wear. The edge is held up quite nicely. So yeah, put this lanyard on. The idea is that you tighten it down so you don't slip off the handle. So the knife doesn't go flying off. I think it's a bit of a necessity when it comes to this type of knife. So yeah, I'm going to start with my impressions on this main blade. The edge is pretty good. It's not razor sharp, but it is. The geometry makes it pretty durable. Which is something that that you'd want on this type of blade. This obviously isn't going to see a lot of work as a sort of precision type thing where you need something really sharp. This is for me pretty dedicated to some heavier chopping tasks. So I want an edge on there that's going to perform and stay sharp for longer time. That being said, it is pretty sharp. Cuts paper without any problem. I don't have any paper right at hand. This jimping is a bit redundant. The coating seems to be holding up quite nicely. You can see it has taken a bit of starting to wear down a bit, but it hasn't worn off. So yeah, my main complaint about the blade is the handle. While it is a pretty ergonomic handle, it stays in the hand very well because of the construction and because of the hard plastic material. When you're doing sort of heavier cutting tasks, it does sort of translate a lot of shock from the impact on the wood onto your hand. So also a bit about the geometry sort of makes it so that at least for me, my ring finger and my little finger here, they get quite sore after a while. So yeah, that is my pretty much my only concern with this. There probably are choppers that will chop even better and with high quality steels and better edge retention and that sort of thing. But for the price that I got this from, this is pretty good. So if you don't want to pay for something like the SE Humlas or something like that, this thing will do its job. So yeah, then we move on to the secondary blade, which is the small K-bar Acheron that sort of comes along with this. I was, as you can see, I put this sort of tiny little lanyard thing, just so that it's easier for me to get it out of the sheath, because it does ride quite low in the sheath. I don't know, you pick up the actual sheath for the, it's in front of it, you put it down there. There's the actual sheath for the Acheron. So yeah, it does ride quite deep in that sheath, so I feel that, you know, I needed something a bit better to get a hold of it. I was originally going to put a paracord wrap on the handle, but unfortunately, due to the way that the sheath is constructed, you can't really do that because this this button here that retains the blade, it actually goes through one of this hole in the actual handle. So if I were to wrap it up with paracord, it just wouldn't fit into the sheath, which, well, of course would be a bit boring. When I got this, it wasn't really sharp. I had to sharpen it up. Now it's not razor sharp, but it is pretty damn sharp. This hasn't, unfortunately, seen a lot of use, and for me, this is just going to be a backup knife. I'm not going to, if I'm going to carry the Pestilence chopper, I will have another sort of another blade on me that will see more use. So this is just going to be an emergency use type of thing. But as such, I think it probably does its work adequately. And then on to the sheath itself. The sheath was actually one of the reasons why I got this knife, because of this massive pouch on the front. At the moment, I have this first aid kit, this army surplus first aid kit thing. So yeah, one of the reasons was this sheath. It is a pretty sturdy nylon sheath with some plastic inserts for the actual knives. I have no real problems with it. My one problem is that this, well, if I could have chosen, I would have constructed the sheath for the Acheron a bit differently, so that you could actually do a paracord wrap on the handle and still use this sheath. Another complaint is that the way this lower snap is positioned, it does get a lot of, when you pull the knife out, it sort of scuffs a bit on this part of the actual retention strap thing. So, you know, not sure how you would have done that differently. But, you know, other than that, it is pretty good. It is pretty sturdy, and it's not something amazing, but, you know, does its job. And this pouch is ideal for, you know, throwing in a sort of emergency kit. Because that was the reason why I decided on buying this knife, or this knife from this series originally, because of the sheath, that, you know, I could get a good decent chopping blade, and be able to store a sort of emergency kit type thing in the same sheath, because so that as long as I have the sheath with either on my belt or, you know, quite near, which I probably would have, or I will have if I'm, you know, out in the woods and I have this with me, I'd always be able to have, you know, a small sort of emergency kit nearby if something happens, which, you know, it's not super important, but it's one of those things that I like to do. you don't know what's gonna happen, right? But all in all, let me just show you this pretty menacingly looking blade one last time. Try to get it all in frame. It is pretty impressive looking. I really like it. Minor complaints about the handle. Other than that, you know, for the price, I'm not sure what this sells for outside of Sweden. I bought this off of a Swedish knife retailer. I probably could have gotten away a lot cheaper if I bought it from abroad, but you know, I like to support the local dealers. Yeah, for the price, pretty good blade, and I hope this little review has been of any use to you. So, until I see you next time, I wish you a good day and goodbye.